News coming in is that Parliament has passed the Right to Information Bill. For more clarity, we get to the line and speak to our parliamentary correspondent, Duke Mensah Opoku, who is in Parliament and is observing proceedings. Hello, good evening, Duke, and welcome to the City Newsroom.
Hello, Nathan. Thank you.
Duke, what can you tell us? Can you confirm that the RTI Bill has been passed into law?
Well, Nathan, I can tell you that the RTI Bill, which has been on its journey, in fact, the second Deputy Speaker who was in the chair when the bill was passed or has just been passed, indicated that it's been on its journey right from crafting and drafting from 1999. And today it has seen the light of day and has been passed by Parliament. Of course, it was not without controversy. The minority was pushing really for a second consideration stage. Now, what that means is that the minority was bringing up fresh matter, and for them that was being motivated by some proposals that were being made by the coalition on RTI, that is the media coalition and other civil society groups, for 4 clauses. Clause 2 of the bill, Clause 13, Clause 18, and Clause 41 of the bill. These 4 clauses, they wanted some changes and amendments to be done on them. But after some back and forth regarding the second consideration stage was done in the House, the minority leader then withdrew his application or his proposal for a second consideration stage to be done, which then gave way for the House to pass the bill.
The Appointments Committee of Parliament has withheld approval for the nominee for Bono Regional Minister designate Evelyn Kumi Richardson. Aside from her, all other nominees for the various ministerial and deputy ministerial roles have been approved. The list includes some ministers and their deputies for the newly created regions, as well as Tourism Minister designate Barbara Otinjesi and Deputy Health Minister Alexander Aban.
The Bono Regional Minister designate Evelyn Richardson, who's currently the MCE for Sunyani, had question marks raised about some of her academic qualifications during her vetting. Other issues such as her human relations and some travel she undertook as MCE are all issues that the minority brought under intense scrutiny during her appearance before the committee.
Speaker, the Appointments Committee at this sitting, you would notice that out of 19 referrals, we are approving of 18 and standing down Mrs. Evelyn Kumi Richardson, so that the Appointments Committee can further engage. Mr. Speaker, the onus is not on us as the Appointments Committee. The onus is on her to provide further and better particulars to answers to questions on an audit query and matter relating to land.
There were more revelations today at the Public Accounts Committee hearing as the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, the Ghana Education Trust Fund, the Public Procurement Authority, among other statutory institutions, appeared to answer various questions on their expenditure. City News' Sixtus Dong Ulo has the details of this report.
The most exciting news here is for the Get Fund contractors, who we are told most of them have been paid off their debts. They have cried for so long for these debts to be cleared off. Well, we'll hear what they have to say about this.
Let's get some other stories. And the University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG, wants the Commission of Human Rights and Administrative Justice, CHRAJ, to launch investigations into a possible case of conflict of interest against the chairman of the Governing Council of the University of Education, Winneba, Professor E.N. Abekan. According to the association, the Governing Council chair unduly used his authority to award himself the status of professorship. At a press conference held earlier today, the association called for the immediate resignation of the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Reverend Afo Bruni, together with the Council chairman. City News' Hansen Ajiman has more.
The latest allegation of conflict of interest against the chairman of the Governing Council of the University of Education, Winneba, Professor Emmanuel Abekan, is perhaps another signal of what might be a never-ending impasse at the university. The institution in the past 2 years has been engaged in an internal wrangling with management of the university on one hand and some other university officials on the other hand. This situation has led to the dismissal of over 23 teaching and non-teaching staff of the university. The school has been temporarily shut down following a 3-day protest by some students to demand the reinstatement of dismissed lecturers. That protest resulted in the destroying of public and private assets on campus worth 250,000 Ghana cedis, according to the school's management. At a press conference aimed at clarifying happenings at the university, the National UTAG accused the chairman of the governing council of using his authority to unduly cause his promotion to professorship status. They called on CHRAJ to launch investigation into what they describe as a matter of conflict of interest against him.
Billboards and signboards continue to clutter the capital city, and almost on a daily basis, more of such are erected across cities in Ghana, making them compete for the eyeballs of motorists and passers-by.
Now, sadly, poor regulation by the various assemblies has led to visual pollution of cities by these billboards, exposing motorists to the attendant road safety threats that come with them. City News' Caleb Kuda explores the indiscriminate erection of billboards in Ghana in greater detail in this feature.
Every day, motorists encounter threats on our roads, like this truck parked close enough to a T-junction, likely to impede oncoming vehicles. Without care, a crash is inevitable. Another dangerous threat to motorists and road users that is hardly acknowledged is billboards and directional signs.
When it comes to that of the median, there's supposed to be a slipway for vehicles that when they have a problem, now they are running into billboards.
This pavement is somewhere where a blind person may be walking independently along. He doesn't see that sign, but he knows that a pavement is meant to walk on. So he's walking and he bumps into this pavement, he might get some injuries.
Directional signs help us navigate our way around the city. They direct clients to businesses. Billboards promote brands, and posters are a lifeline to publicity-hungry politicians.
About 300 students of St. Charles Minor Seminary in Tamale have been asked to go home after one of the school's dormitories was razed by fire on Monday, destroying students' valuables. The affected students, mainly in their first and second years, have been asked to stay home for 2 weeks to enable authorities prepare a temporary accommodation to house them.
The belongings of some students were burnt completely into ashes when City News visited the school. There was still smoke emanating from the debris. Currently, only third years are allowed to stay in the school to prepare for the upcoming final examination. John Achim is the assistant headmaster in charge of administration.
After the disaster yesterday, we realized that the whole student body, especially the Form 1 and 2, were traumatized. Upon consultation with the Director General, I think permission was given the director to give permission to school to close down the school for the Form 1 and 2 to go home for 2 weeks and to come back to school and continue the academic work.